Hey guys, it's me, Eodgamer here, and if I'm wearing the same shirt in like one of the other videos, it's because I did it like all in one recording, so don't mind me. In this video, I just want to do a very quick Q&A session. Of course, we answered a few, we are going to answer a few questions in this video over here from this post that we recently asked, this Ask Me Anything. It's kind of like our 40k special, but I want to dive in with a few things that you guys mentioned too. If you have any other questions you're watching this video, leave me in the comments below, and I promise this entire video, whatever money I make from YouTube, it will just go directly back to the community. I'll announce some giveaway winners as well once like a couple days goes by. So not taking anything. Now first things first, I'll of course put a random thing here. Let's answer some questions. I'm going to go through all of them, so no skipping. As long as you have asked a question, I will answer it. First things first, we have this one by Windows 17. Considering many of your viewers have fervent interest in account building, I'm curious why you don't want to talk about leaks at all. I understand a lot of you are saying leaks are very useful to help you plan your account. Unfortunately, we have actually talked about some stuff in the past that Hoyoverse doesn't allow, by the way. Leaks are not allowed by game companies. Most game companies don't. And we actually got copyright striked for these kind of things. For those of you who have no idea like what copyright striking is, it's basically we talk about like in Honkai Star Rail or like any other game's case, talk too much about leaks, you get copyright strike twice, your whole channel is like taken down. What that means is that you get kicked out. Imagine if you like detention 3 times, you get kicked out of school, or you get late for work 3 times, you get fired. Same situation here. That's why a lot of us don't want to do it. And the ones that actually do leak content tend to be like those AI channels or channels that have nothing to risk. So no loss, highest gain. That's in general why most content creators don't talk about leaks, because it's not allowed. Why do I avoid it like a 10 feet pole? I don't exactly avoid it like a 10 feet pole. I actually give you opinions that are contextual, which means there might be some kind of knowledge behind it, but I don't explicitly say them on this channel. So if you watch our videos, you will, especially like the Power Creep one which we posted on, you might get a sense of where the direction is going. So that's the 10 feet pole that I'm using, and just a quick sharing. So thank you so much, Windows 17, for answering your question. I'll just put a heart here so that I remember that I've answered it already as I'm scrolling down. Next up here, will I ever do account reviews by Joshua Yo? Yes, I do intend to do it. Maybe not now because I haven't decided like how I plan to do an account review. Do I want to exactly maybe create like a content on logging into a person's account and then start like describing this is bad, this is good, but that means there's a lot of administration, there might be a hacking or worries of people losing their password and stuff like that, which I don't know how to deal with right now with my tiny brain. But another alternative is like you add me as friend and I check it out, or you send me screenshots, or we just like do a Discord chat and we chat with each other. I haven't thought about how to do it, but it's something that I want to do, especially on stream a little bit more. If you guys haven't checked it out, we are actually trying to stream a bit more on Twitch TV/Eodgamer, so you can check us out over there. The links are all in the video description if you guys are wondering too. Slyler asked many pretty pictures that we posted above. I'd like to know your opinions on how to plan a trip to travel a new place properly. I am personally a very intuitive traveler, or like what's the word? Not intuitive, like go with the flow kind of traveler. I like to take it easy. If I like the place, I will go to see like one main shot in mind. So I like think where I want to go, and then I'll just like travel to that place and just take it chill. I like to take inspiration from nice pictures. So first step, which country do I want to go? Second step, nice places that I want to see, like places that you must have one shot in mind that you want to take pictures of. And then after that, you just like everything else falls in place, like where to eat, where to stay. Those are like the third ones, if you are specifically going for photography, of course. Mikage here, very beautiful photography, thank you very much. How long do you take pictures, and what are your favorite motifs? Which place do you like to visit most? A lot of photography things over here. I have a few questions here. Let me just remember to like heart them so I remember that I've mentioned most of them. I like a few of them because a lot of them were like earlier on, and that's when I actually like was at most active. So if you are the early commenters, I tend to interact with your comments a bit more. When it's like late, when you comment later on a video, it gets pushed down in terms of like priority and mixes up with all the current ones. So early commenters, thank you so much. I try to interact more, especially if you have notifications turned on and you interact early too. Photography, what mentions what is my progress as a photographer, what it means to me, all these kind of questions. Let's do it like all together. And I would like to just like do a quick plug of my Instagram page. This is my photography page. For any of you who haven't like seen the post, I shoot photography as a hobby. This is like one of my passions. If I were to quit my job and I didn't need money at all, I probably will be a content creator, of course, and a photographer just for hobby. I shoot landscape photographies mainly, and I think it's very beautiful to like take pictures, something like this. there's a story behind every photo. So this one over here, I actually spent like 7 hours camping at the same spot, just trying to take, this is off the coast of Italy, just taking the same spot non-stop, waiting for the light to perfectly hit. I'm a bit of a perfectionist in photography. I always have like a place that I want to visit, a vision of what is the shot that I want to take, and I wait there for the perfect shot. So this was in Amsterdam. I was also like on the canal, the sunset, beautiful sunset, very nice orangey sky. I was waiting for a boat to pass, something romantic. I wanted to paint a thematic on it. So I just waited there very, very long for a boat to pass because it was like almost dinner time or something. No boats passed. I finally managed to capture this very beautiful one that you have two people traveling into the sunset. EOD Shoots is the handle on Instagram if any of you take it. This one is of course in Switzerland. Some of them are a bit more natural, like if I see a nice shot, I just snap it straight away. But others like these ones here, this one here, I did plan and I stayed at a period of time for a much longer. I have tons of different photos on this page. Please guys, if you are into photography, you like traveling as well, I don't post too often. I don't travel that much. I'm not that wealthy. I spend most of my time creating content and working my ass off. But yeah, this is where I actually share with you my photography hobby. So that's pretty much touching most of the photography aspect. Now let's go on with Ace ZT. What is your favorite character? And if you could change something in game, what would it be? Two questions here. So favorite character in game in Honkai Star Rail specifically, because this is on our Honkai Star Rail channel. Since day one, I joined Honkai Star Rail for Kafka. I think her design is very fantastic and one of my favorite characters that I still play a lot till today. Most of you day one watchers will probably know that I like Kafka a lot already. If I could change something in game, what would it be? I think the banner cycle is quite hefty on a lot of people. Having 2 new limited characters does keep it interesting, but the income aspect, some people I notice, especially from the community, do not have the resources to pull for every single banner. As a content creator, I want to create content that helps reach out to more people. So the more resources that we have or the less banners that we have, maybe it's a good thing. So more reruns, less new characters. But of course, there are many trickle down effects. That's just something I think will be good. If we have less new characters, maybe like 1 character a patch and then like go back to 2. So like 1 new character, 2 new characters, and then we rotate 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or something like that. That way more people can get access to older characters and power creep will like slightly be slowing down. But more implications is how do they monetize, how do they make money? That's of course the bigger question altogether as well. But thank you so much for asking the question. Next up, Aqua Holland. Not sure if you already talked about this. Curious about the history of YouTube channel, how it all started. We started off as a Genshin Impact content creator. So like zero subs at all from Genshin Impact. Started from Genshin Impact. We started, if you go like just click oldest videos, you can pretty much like see how we started, what we focus on. More of the grindy kind of videos where you really compare from the ground up instead of more thought content, because back then when you first start, no one cares about your opinion. No one probably cares right now as well. But generally we build up a community slowly with consistency, with track record, and then it slowly grew from there. So from Genshin, that's the first time I started like creating videos, and then from Genshin we created content for other gacha games in the past, like Nikkei. We did like a lot of others on our other channels also. By now you guys know Zenless Zone Zero, Wuwa and stuff like that. And here we are, Honkai Star Rail. I'm sticking with Honkai Star Rail for the long run. I really like the game and I think it's something that suits my personal lifestyle too. But yeah, thank you so much for the question. Omega, why is bro so majestic? Thank you so much. I don't think I'm majestic by any means. You guys probably are way more majestic than I am. I'm still trying to get used to camera. So if you guys have any like commentary on why or any recommendations for my videos, I'm still trying this new format. This is like the 3rd, 4th, 5th video, I don't know, that I'm actually on camera. So I'm trying to like slowly adjust it to get things more natural and fits better. I'm not natural at camera, by the way. I'm better with just like recording without this image over here. But it is what it is. Next up we have Cristian. Who is a character from Genshin Star Rail ZZZ do I love regardless of their kit? For you, it's Topaz. Genshin Star Rail ZZZ or Wuwa. Let me give 2. I'll talk about 2 since this channel started from Genshin and moving on to Star Rail. Genshin Impact character that I love regardless of the probably was Kujo Sara. Kujo Sara was probably one of my favorite characters in the game. Even though she's a 4-star, I was hoping she was a 5-star. That's the like Raiden Shogun's like second in command, like the captain of the army. For those of you who do not play Genshin Impact, you want to like search it up. Star Rail, mentioned Kafka is my favorite, but if you're talking about regardless of kit who I like most, The VA I really like is Pella. Pella's VA, English VA. That is one of the other games that I play, which is Trials of Cold Steel series. There is this Altina character there. For those of you who play, you might know. So that's a character that I would really like for the VA perspective, because one of my favorite characters in a genre outside of gacha games. So Star Rail, Pella, Genshin, Kujo Serra generally. Eraser Rain here. Has anything changed after the face reveal? Thanks for your content. Content has taken a lot more time to make now because I have to think about video, audio, content as well. Lots more things to think about. So tougher, definitely. But I also noticed that engagement has went up a little bit. So people are starting to watch for a bit longer, maybe a bit more engaged too. That's a really good thing, because at the end of the day, the whole idea of like why face reveal was nice is not only does it cap a milestone, but I also want to add a bit more like animations to the video without like something that makes it unique and something that would maybe make my channel people come back to the channel and stuff like that. That's probably the only things that have changed. Other than that, nothing else too much. So it's just more work, but more engagement. So the results actually justify the effort put in, which I'm really thankful for. You guys are super supportive in the channel as well. A lot of nice comments. You guys are amazing. It made me feel very like wholesome. So that's emotional changes inside of me. So very nice thing to have. Thank you for the question too. Dizzy. Been to many places. Which is the place that is my favorite to visit? I did an exchange in Switzerland, so my bias will probably be in Switzerland because I stayed there for 6 to 7 months, a really long time. So that will probably be my favorite country to visit. Outside of that would probably be Venice. I studied it way back in school, back in my early days, and I've always wanted to visit Venice in Italy. And one tip that I have if you're trying to Venice is get up early. Don't go during the time where everyone is awake, because it's going to be shitty crowded and it's not going to be a nice experience. If you get up at 6 a.m. in the morning, that's when I come out and like start taking photos before the sun is up. You'll find it very, very interesting too. So that is a place that you want to visit early in and to get the best experience in Venice. Will you come back to Genshin when Netland comes out? This is a question by Optimus. I am trying to stream it a little bit on Twitch, and I probably might create more content as well if I can find. I don't want to just like make content for the sake of content, but I will probably do it on stream on Twitch. So join us, check us out. I try to stream every evening in Singapore time plus 8 GMT, somewhere like 8 to 10, 8 to 11. So if you are interested, you can check it out too. Bishop here, what motivated your recent move to invest more in YouTube, full-time streamer soon? I think it's definitely the Hoyoverse Creators event, as well as like the milestone of like 40k subs. I have never thought when I first started I'll get like 1k subscribers. Never thought I'll get 10k, and 40k is just out of my mind. Why I invested more is I want to take it to the next level. My eventual dream right now is like moving to 100k, and to take me there, I think I need to put in more effort, more enthusiasm. Not that there hasn't been much effort, but I think there's more that I can do now. It's always a learning curve, right? When you first start off, you don't know too much, and then you put in a lot of effort. It's very hard. But as you learn, you get better and you get better. The difficulty kind of like gently goes down, and it reaches a stage that you're ready to take the next leap. If you do not take the next leap and you get comfortable, you will always be stagnating as a person. So I think like this, I want to push it up the next level now with like camera, a bit more concepts, and starting to stream a little bit more. I think that's the next level up and how I would plan my building blocks. But I don't like stress myself every night I go to sleep 100k. I don't like dream about it. I don't have like a wall poster or anything. Simple man. I just take it one step at a time, and with your support, it's good enough for me. Next up, where do I travel? Where do I want to travel the most that I haven't been to yet? More parts of China, I think. That's something that's very interesting that I haven't been too much. Personally, only been to Shanghai. Would like to experience like there's like more portions in China that's very interesting. I think Liyue is a real city in China as well. That's what they were telling me from a Hoyoverse meetup. So that's a place that I want to visit too in the near future. I traveled a bit to Europe, so probably good for now. It's very expensive for Asia to go to Europe. US is also another country, the Americas, South America too, which I haven't been in my life. But it does take a bit of a longer flight. To Asia, to like China is like 5-8 hours max. Korea, Japan, all these like Asia countries, Southeast Asia as well, which is where I'm from. US takes very, very long to get there from Asia. It's like super, super long, and the price also. At 40k subs, never gonna afford that. So hopefully my main job needs to give me a bigger bonus. Thankfully my bosses don't know who I am doing this yet. If not, no bonus, I guess. But next up, who is a Hoyoverse character that will actually dominate the real world? Interesting question. Dominating the real world means that you probably need to know a lot about connections. You have a lot of connections, you need to have a lot of resources, and you need to be very, very smart as well. a character that is probably all of these characters will maybe be Elio. Elio probably be a character that fits the theme because he seems to know like everything that's going on. Genius Society members seem to be like one of the top picks, but even though they are super smart, some of them may not have the influences that maybe Elio might have to plan. Because when you can predict the future, you can influence a lot of people. That's something to think about. So that is probably my pick, Elio, I guess, Hoyo character. Frothy is too nice, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Fatty Flip. Why make content specifically on gacha games? I actually didn't even want to make content at all, to be honest. I started making guides on Steam like way back then on like games, and then I started getting the Hoyo Lab, creating some content, and one nice viewer was like, EOD, why don't you go and put some video content so that we can all absorb it as well better rather than like a text post of like 1k, 2k. So that's why I started making content. So it was one thing led to the other, not because I wanted to make content for gacha games. So it's not gacha game specific, it's just at that point of time, that's what was the best decision. So I made it. That's the honest truth. There's not much decision into that. How much time do you typically spend on videos, photography, and other hobbies in a week? Photography is actually very rare. I only shoot when I'm on holiday, so that is like super rare. Videos and other hobbies, I don't have too much other hobbies other than gaming and video and working real life. Content creation takes up a lot of time. It's really a lot of dedication. It's almost like a full-time job because you have to spend time thinking of content. You have to spend time like making the video. You have to sit down and actually like do the video. On top of that, you have to be coherent. You need to practice like speaking. I'm trying to do this in one take, but it's not doing so well. And sometimes you see like getting like stuttery and off, but I try to make it as natural as I can, but it does take up a lot of time, editing process, playing the game and stuff, especially if you do not combo it with like streaming. Most of my time actually goes to content creation. I don't have too much time for anything else outside of that, other than just like chilling. So who's your favorite character from Astro Express and why? This is WYD bro. Favorite character from Astro Express probably is March 7. I think March 7 is a very simple character, a very, very straightforward and earnest character. One of my favorites out of all of them. Just very, I like people like that. Very straightforward, very easy to get along with, no hidden motives or like hidden agendas, innocent in a sense. So probably March 7 out of all of them. Hanya, do I speak Chinese? Yes, I do a little bit. Not as good as some of the other content creators out there in Singapore, but probably still okay to get by. English is my main language though, so I think in English most of the time. Like my thinking language, I always ask myself, what is your favorite language? Like some people can speak many languages. The one that you think in at that point of time probably is your best language. And most of the time, I think it'll be English is number one. Next up, Warden. What made you want to do a YouTube channel and why Star Rail? YouTube channel is because I was influenced for one of the Hoyo Lab content that was being posted. Someone asked me to do a YouTube channel, make it more video animated content, so it's less 1,000, 2,000 words. Why Star Rail is I fell in love with the game and I was doing Genshin for a while and I wanted to create content on turn-based games. I've been playing turn-based games way longer than I have gacha games, and Star Rail had very good story. It was influenced by my favorite game also, the Legend of Hero series, and that's why Star Rail I came to it and stick to it in the end. Are you a trader? And if yes, do you trade for a company or is it private? I used to trade a lot, but nowadays for the work that I do, I am unable to trade as much. For those of you who know, if you work in the finance world, you will understand why there's a lot of regulations involved. But I do look at the stock markets very regularly. I catch up with news a lot, and I do invest for my own self too. So this question is I'm currently limited by circumstance, but eventually I'll definitely go back to trading full time when I get out of regulations. Next, is water wet? By Netherlands. Interesting question. So wet is a state of mind, right? When you are wet means you are drenched in water. So in that sense, water is perpetually wet or perpetually moist or whatever that is. So I guess water isn't wet if you do not see it. I don't know. What's this question supposed to be? I have no idea how to answer this question. So I just think it's an interesting question. It makes it interesting as well to like vary out the content, at least get me stumped here and there. Zayat Hassan, want to know your opinions about this because I am very confused. You have this. If you're looking for pool characters, you can check out our Discord. I don't want to like bore you guys with like everyone asking you for account reviews here. Check out Discord. Many people help you out. If you also want more information, you can definitely look at our other videos which we talk about investment value and comparing certain characters, team compositions. You might find that more helpful than this video here especially. But thanks so much for your question as well. Azure550, what got you to start creating content? I created content because I just want to help. like people understand the game. I have my way of like thinking how I see a game, which I think is slightly different maybe from the mainstream. And I thought it was like just nice to share another perspective of looking at the same thing. It's like very similar to photography, right? You take one picture, but someone else can take the same picture in many ways, and doesn't mean one is better than the other. But having multiple views or multiple ways of seeing that particular photo actually helps promote the thing that you're taking a photograph of even more and increases the audience satisfaction. I guess that's the idea of why I created content, similar to photography, and why I keep doing it. How are you? By Loliu Poki. I'm doing fine, thank you very much. First time on camera, for the fifth time rather, for the camera, but first time doing it like just ad hoc, just looking at this and just like going on. So it's a bit daunting, but I'm trying to get used to it. Hopefully you guys find it as well. I find it okay as well. C-Gen, when you speak about channel, you say we a lot. How many people are creating content, and do you get to meet them for some time? There are 3 people creating content for this channel. That's me, myself, and I. I say we a lot because I think it's a better way than saying I. It's very less individualistic. The channel, even though it's created by one person right now, or 3 people, me, myself, and I, at the end of the day, the channel's success is determined by the viewers' satisfaction and viewers' feedback. So even though I say it's we are the ones that make the channel work. So that's how I like view things. I'm not really an individualistic person by nature, and I think it's important to like factor in the broader community too. Will you get to meet them sometime? By me, myself, and I, maybe someday, especially if you're in Asia or if I travel around taking photos, I'll be glad to meet up with people. Just join our Discord, and if you want to like chat more with us too. Next up, we have Justin Agi. Have you traveled to other countries? Yes, in the photography. I traveled to a little bit of places. You can check it out if you're interested. That is EOD Shoots again on Instagram. Self-plug. How do you manage your time between work, content creation, hobbies, and etc.? Don't forget to take time off to research by Crimson Monarch. Thank you so much for the nice comment. Definitely will take some time off to rest from time to time. How do I manage time between work, content creation, and hobbies? This one's a bit trickier to describe because I don't exactly have too much hobbies outside of content creation. So my work is day job, earning money to pay the bills and survive in expensive city countries. Content creation is actually my hobby and it's what I do for fun. I play games really for fun. So it's like, I don't even see this as a requirement or a job or it's tiring. I just enjoy it. And when you do something that you like, it becomes like your hobby, and you can create a community, make a side income on a side. That is like the ideal world. So to me, this is how I manage my time. So I work for pain, and then I do content creation for pleasure, for enjoyment, for fun, and that's how I balance my life. And it's just nice that all of it gets together too. So yeah, that's how I balance. I do it. I'm a bit obsessed with doing both. So yeah, it is what it is. Dog in Disguise. Follow Mr. EOD. I'll support you to that. Thank you so much, Dog in Disguise. Really appreciate it. The community is actually a huge part in content creation life. Like without you guys, your fantastic support, even when we did our face review and stuff, I wouldn't be able to continue pushing on. It's because of your encouraging comments that actually empowers me, myself, and I'm sure a lot of people as well to keep going on. So a huge shout out. I really appreciate that for all of you. Thank you so much. Get Martha, sorry if I'm butchering the name. What does EOD stand for? EOD stands for end of day. Why end of day? Because I wanted, end of day is like after you finish your job, end of day, you just come home, relax. I wanted the content to be more catered towards people who wanted very, very concise information, but also want a little bit more thought put into it, rather than just like a hardcore gamer where just games, you have time to like game 24 hours a day kind of thing. So that was the whole mantra of the channel when I first started, and I stuck with it since, just to make things that are a little bit different. Maybe someone with a bit of contextual knowledge in the real world can share those experiences in as well. So all these different things is what I try to like embody in the channel, and hopefully I've been staying true to that concept all this while. Yeah, that's what EOD stands for. HSR, DOT or hypercarry comps. We're not talking about meta here. Let's just talk about my preference. I prefer generally DOT teams. DOT teams generally have to require you to have multiple characters invested, multiple characters built, which means you get to play into many, many different teams. Hypercarry teams is more straightforward. You have less variety out of it as well. And you're just banking all your eggs in one basket. I'm a person that likes to go many different characters rather than always playing the same one. So I think that DOT will be my preference, personal preference. We're not talking about meta whatsoever. If you want meta, our videos on the channel has tons of that already. And last few questions here. So are you having fun while playing the game? And what's the definition of fun for you by Newbie Rookie here? Fun for the game, definitely. I think I'm having a lot of fun playing Honkai Star. I love it a lot. I like story-based games and turn-based games. Out of all of the different genres, my favorite game is a turn-based game and a lore game. Trials of the Legend of Heroes series, which I might cover one day on the channel with a short review to get more people in. Not sponsored by anyways. Having fun in the game, I think, is if you are super tired at the end of the day, what will you do to make yourself feel less tired? If that's the answer, whatever is the answer to like make yourself feel less tired, probably will be the definition of fun, other than sleeping, of course, other than like, taking a nap. So whether it's like taking a call of your friend, playing like one of the sports games, going out for running or whatever not, I guess that's like definition of fun, and it's not a chore to do kind of thing. So that's probably my definition of fun. Bro is multi-talented. I don't think so, but thank you so much that you think I am. I really appreciate it. I just try to be authentic and just try to share whatever I have available. So yeah, that's me. I'm also a bit shy to actually say that you are good at anything. Who are you? I am Eodgamer. I'm a YouTuber here on YouTube. Been doing it for 4 to 5 years now. Tons of effort that it takes to put in. If maybe you're seeing this for the first time because it was like recommended to you by the YouTube algorithm, a lot of effort for a YouTuber has to come studying the YouTube algorithm as well. I'm doing it for 4 to 5 years. I cover mainly Hoyoverse games, Genshin Impact started with, and now on this channel doing Honkai Star Rail. But we mainly cover like other gacha games too on our other channels, and we do a bit of finance on our EOD Money channel, which is my main profession. Check it out if you're interested. It's all on the channel. You can like scroll to the bottom, all the channel links of the various channels that we do. You can see it there too. A bit of fun, right? So over here, this one over here, do you have any tips? Floss in on you. Do you have any tips for a small channel trying to grow on YouTube? This was actually the first question, so I'll save it for last because I think it's probably the most interesting, and that's how the YouTube categorized it as well. The first one is all the way below. Do you have any tips for a small channel trying to grow on YouTube? Appreciate any advice that you have. We have currently 4 channels that have already hit like 1,000 plus subscribers, 4 different channels or 5, I can't exactly remember right now. So small channels, been there multiple times and have been doing it. I'm still small to today. So, but what advice I would have for a fellow small YouTuber is that you have to understand like, what's your primary purpose for creating on YouTube. If you're doing it mainly for money, there are way better things to do for money regardless of where you are from in the world. Whether is it getting out and like doing a delivery job, or whether it's getting out doing coding or whatever not, you can learn from the internet now. Many more profitable ways of actually generating money from the ground up. No money was made from my YouTube for the first 2 years. It's so difficult to start to grow an audience. So you need to understand your why. If you are a small channel trying to grow on YouTube, you need to ask yourself, are you making content and you will be satisfied making content if no one watches it for the first 100 videos? If like you only have 1 view, will you still put in the same amount of effort non-stop to keep doing it and keep improving the process? If the answer is yes, I think you're on the right track. That would be the best tip that I have for you moving forward as well. And other than that, of course, you must enjoy the process. If you do not enjoy doing YouTube, you do not enjoy creating content, there are many ways else to get into the space of like content creation. If you don't like making long form videos, you don't like making shorts at all, perhaps you can do a blog, perhaps you can do on Hoyo Lab, you can create certain posts, you can post on Reddit, many other ways that you can actually share your information. So video format is one of many ways that people content create, and that will be my honest advice. Figure out what you want to do, figure out your why are you doing it, and if you're doing it for money, I discourage you completely. Many other ways to do it. And at the end of the day, it's easier to see like successes rather than failures. I have failed millions of times, many times. Out of like the thousands plus videos I put out on this channel, probably like half of them never got past like 1,000 views or something like that. And the first few days, you can just like click back on the channel, our oldest videos. You can actually learn a lot from history of how channels started and how they progressed from there. It tells you an entire lifetime of a channel. And if you guys found this video helpful, do give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys again so much for the 40k subscribers. And I just hope you like this natural sharing session. I'll try to do this a bit more if we go on to like the next 50k, 60k, and hopefully one day 100k as well. I will announce giveaway winners in a couple of days, depending on how much YouTube decides to compensate this video. Probably not a lot, but any membership joining or any subscribing or whatever donations will all go towards back to the community for this video, and that's my promise to you. Choking here. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video.